What up, guys? Peter Von Panda here. Hey, you may have noticed that I just did a review on a kind of a generic action cam, a DB Power, and I liked it, man. I used it on my last trip, and it was awesome, and it was a 1080p camera. But as you know, and as you can probably see in some of my videos, I'm totally in love with 4K. I'm in love with 4K. 4K is like the Alyssa Milano of resolutions right now. So anyway, here it is. You know what? I could have probably come up with a different actress's name, but you know what? Alyssa Milano was of my generation. So anyway, hey, I picked this up. This is a 4K sports action camera, 16 megapixels. It shoots 4K at 30 frames per second. I certainly would love 60 frames per second, but I know that's kind of rare. This one appears to come with a 64 gig card. It has a 170-degree angle lens, Wi-Fi for transferring photos, and should come with a variety of accessories. So just thought I would check it out and then do some footage with it so that you can decide if you want to buy a 4K action camera, because I think certainly 4K is the way to go, right? Especially in the future as you're looking back at footage that you may have shot. Years from now, you'll want to be like, yeah, man, that was awesome. I'm glad I shot it in that awesome high-res footage at the time. And we'll all probably be watching TV in like 70K, and we'll be like, 4K, it looks like it's a VHS tape. For those who remember what VHS tapes look like. So, all right, we have some wire ties here, a cable, microfiber cloth, and a couple of, looks like double-sided sticky pads. I think the most important thing in this little Ziploc bag is that here is that TF card, and it's 32 gigs. You know what? The box says 64 gigs, and the card says 32 gigs. So I don't know if that's if the card is wrong, or it's a misprint, or there's a second card in here, but just keep that in mind. All right, so we're discovering along the way. A variety of adapters for mounting this thing. I'm not going to go through all these because you're pretty familiar with it. But the cool thing about this, and even the last kit I got, is that it had everything that you needed. This one is actually kind of cool because if you don't put it in the waterproof case, you can snap this on here and just use it like on a handle or something like that, which we're actually going to review. You know, and carry it around just like a camcorder. So you could shoot, you know, your family home videos or whatever you want, or shoot a wedding, because you should get pretty nice resolution. These are Velcro cords, and actually used these the last time. So I actually strapped the action camera around my shin, and I use these, and that worked pretty well, especially when you don't have like a helmet or a chest rig. Some mounts here so that you can mount it to things. You also have this European style charging block, so that's not going to be a whole lot of use to me, but it does have the USB cable there, so presumably just, you know, use the one you use for your iPhone or anything else. You probably have a lot of those. Micro USB cable there. We also have a kind of a mount and a clamp for like your bike handles or some sort of, you know, any type of rod or stick. It's like a kind of a big clip, more mounts, and then we have looks like an additional door for the waterproof case. So I'm actually a little surprised about that. And then the piece de resistance itself, and that certainly does look like an extra door. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if that gets busted up, but there's your 2-inch LCD screen. To open this up, it's kind of like this double hinge thing. You move this over to unlock it. You slide this little button, and then you lift this end up, and then that lifts up, and this kind of opens up just like that. White silicone gasket around here, so it should be truly waterproof. And you've got the unit right here. Now, the other thing I'll say about the case, and what's similar to the last one I had, looks like you've got this front piece bolted on, and then you have these buttons that pass through. So you have power, volume, even the Wi-Fi, the shutter button, all are accessible to you even when it's inside the waterproof case. Not unlike a lot of other waterproof cases or anything, but it's just nice that you don't ever have to take those out. Now, you know, audio recording tends to suffer a little bit when it's in the waterproof case, but that's what it is. Here is the camera itself. So you have buttons up and down. It's presumably to kind of do selection too. Here is where your TF card will go, micro USB, and then it looks like you have the micro HD out right there as well. The camera lens sticks out just a little bit. That's how you get that 170 degrees. And then it even looks like, is that a flash on there? I'm not actually sure. That's kind of crazy. I didn't know that it would have that. A sensor, and then your mode button and power button, I think. And then the OK button right here. And then I think this is kind of your status indicator. So I don't know if there's any charge on it. Oh, let me just show you the bottom here. And in some of these kits with the camera, it comes with an extra battery door too. So I know that you could lose them potentially, and they're pretty fragile, but that's what that is. And then you've got this battery. Now, I don't see any spare batteries in here. I know in the past some of these have come with spare batteries. So here is the battery that it comes with. This kind of looks like that standard, 3.7 volt lithium ion GoPro battery. So my guess is that, if you have one of those spare batteries, which I do, it'll probably just fit in there. And that's probably going to be compatible with, your standard GoPro. So let's go ahead and hit this button. I'm going to hold that mode button down, which should be the power, and see if we've got any battery charge on there. Sure don't look like it. So let's go ahead and charge this sucker up, and then...
So I was pretty excited to record in 4K, and as you can see, I did shoot some video, and I was kind of narrating it. I thought it was going to look wicked awesome. Having had a 1080p action camera before, I was just expecting even better things. But for whatever reason, in 4K, one, the colors didn't really pop, and even the picture, I don't know if pixelated is the right word, but there was like a big kind of blotchy. It wasn't as clear or as crisp, and it certainly did not look like the 4K video that I've shot on other things before. So I was pretty disappointed around that. So I tried the other resolutions. This one is in the 2.7K, and so I shot some video there. I actually thought the 2.7K video was actually better than the 4K video, and I couldn't really tell any resolution difference, but I thought the color quality was better. And then I even shot some 1080p video, and I thought that was fine too. I didn't notice that it was fantastic, but really I thought either the 2.7K or the 1080p were better than the 4K. Peter from Panda out.